right, well, welcome everyone. So glad to see everyone here today and getting a sneak peek of our team. We got two squads we've broken up, and we're going to get after it in here. But we've had 2 weeks of training, and pretty much training day and night to get ready. They don't give us much time. Our first match is August 25th, so we've been getting after it, and I couldn't be more proud of this team. Truly a real team. They 18 girls on this team, and they train hard, and they got each other's back. And as a coach, that's where you want to start from. So we're excited about to get to play in front of some people and let them get through the butterflies. And then I can't wait till we see an opponent on the other side, because our team is hungry, and they play with a little edge to them. So I think you'll see that in here. They're wanting to represent Iowa at the highest level. They take it. They have a lot of pride for this school. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and getting it going. So, any questions from you guys?
Coming off a 4-12 year in Big 12 or Big 10 play, excuse me, what gives you optimism that this year could be better?
Well, we know it's a process of building it. It doesn't come overnight. You get in, you work your tail off, you bring in the best players that fit your system, and you get to work. And so how many wins that's going to equal this year, I have no idea, but I know what we control, we will control. We practice hard every day. Our systems, I think, give us a little bit of an edge, but ultimately it's up to the players. They've got to take ownership of everything, and that's what I'm proud of. Everything we've taught, they've taken ownership of, and I don't even have to say it anymore. They're saying the things that us coaches are saying, and it's always great as a coach. They know what it takes, these kids. They come from different backgrounds. All of them, like I said, have a little chip on their shoulder to prove themselves. The coaching staff has a chip on her shoulder to prove herself, and so it's a great mixture.
How far ahead do you think you are? I mean, compared to this time last year, do you feel like there's a foundation?
Yeah, on paper we're behind. I mean, we lose AJ, who's our kill leader. We lose some other players that were productive, and so on paper we're behind where we were last year. But when you walk in the gym and you watch us train, we're much further ahead just because the team understands our system. We have more depth, especially on the left side pin. That was a big problem for us last year. We've got more depth. We've got more talent out there. That's going to help us balance ourselves a little more. We've got a good middle attack, which is what we're known for. But now we've got pins that can help us too. So on paper, people they picked us whatever they did, 12th or 13th. But on paper, that's what it looks like. But I believe this team, from what I've seen in 2 weeks, they trained all summer, so they've been here. They're going to exceed every expectation, in my opinion.
How is Anna Davis health-wise, and how big is it to have her back this year?
You get me excited just saying her name, because that kid is the hardest working student athlete I've ever coached. And she comes in here and blows her ACL, and she gets to work, no self-pity, just tears it up. She came back this spring, looked better, but not her yet. Works her tail off on the summer, and right now she's the most exciting player for us coaches right now. She is just back to where she was and even better. So we couldn't be any more happy and proud and even surprised at the level she's playing right now. So, and you couldn't ask root for a better player. She's one of our team captains. We just voted on captains yesterday. She's been a team captain since she stepped on our team. The team's voted her. She's just that kind of kid. Straight A's. I don't think she's ever made a B. She works harder than everybody, or at least as hard. And so she's a tremendous leader for us. And now she's playing. So we're happy about that.
Where do you see this freshman group kind of individually? Can you kind of break down what they are and where they kind of fit in?
Yeah, we had 9 actual newcomers, 6 of those freshmen. Kaya Mateo's a big piece of that. She came in the spring, graduated high school early, was critical because she came in and she has really picked up things. And one of the most athletic setters you'll see, playing that position. She's a super athlete, and she's going to be playing a lot. So she's come in and made a big difference for us right away. We have some other players. Gabby Deary, who's Iowa girl, she has surprised us coming on. We knew she'd be a nice addition. She's come on and really gotten after it for us. Olivia Lombardi is another Iowa kid who's come in as a libero and has really picked it up. Rosa Vesti was a kind of last minute addition from New Zealand. She was actually committed to Florida State, and then all of a sudden went in the portal, and we got her the next day. So she's a middle who didn't get here until just 2 weeks ago. But awesome kid. She's got to get her legs under her, but she's going to be a producer for us down the road. She's a good player. So those are most of the freshmen there. Yeah.
With Delaney, what are you expecting that she could do now that you got another year of her in the system?
Well, she's done it herself. She stayed all summer. She got in the weight room all summer. She didn't miss a day, and it's showing, and it's paying off. So that kid wants it. She loves Iowa. She's one of the faces of our program, and she went to work this summer, like with that focus all summer. So she's hitting it harder. She's much more stable. So we're expecting big things from her.
How important is it to keep, I mean, like you said, you got a couple of Iowa kids in this freshman class. How important is it to start getting those in-state recruits in this class?
Yeah, we got to get the best ones in the state, and we're fighting for them. That 2025 class, we've been recruiting hard, and we're right there with the top kids in the state. But there's a lot of talent in the region, and so those are always going to be the core of our team. And then we'll go anywhere, and our league's coast to coast now, so we'll go anywhere to get the talent that fits our system. And they got to be great teammates. They got to have play with a little chip on their shoulder and want to prove something. And I think we got 18 of them on our team now.
Going off that last point there, you've got, I think it's 5 teams either in your state or surrounding states in the top 18, I think it is, of the poll. How do you distinguish yourself when there's so much competition for these same athletes?
Yeah, you got to fight, and you've got to treat your players well, and that's what's helping us right now. A lot of club coaches are telling their players, you want to go play at Iowa because we treat our players well. The transfers we've had come in are telling their club coaches, hey, this experience here compared to where they were is night and day. And so those are important because it's all about relationships, and we're building that, and that's what I'm really proud of. Our coaches really treat these players well, and we train them really well, and we're going to go recruit them and tell them why they need to be here, and just going to work hard, and that's how you're going to catch them. There's no other way around it. There's no magic pill. There's no shortcut. So we work hard just like we ask our players to, and we'll get the right players in here to help us win.
How's your relationship with Beth Getz so
Beth,
far?
Beth is the real deal. She's, and I know a lot of positive things said about Beth, but she really is exceptional. She has a great background, and as a coach, when you talk with an AD like this who truly understands what you're trying to do, she does get that. She's I think a true pro as a coach and an administrator. She relates really well, and she listens, which is another attribute I really like about her. She's not just the talker, she's a listener too. So I think she brings a lot to the table that I was going to be proud of as she goes along.
Was there a singular moment where you realized, okay, this isn't just any other administrator, as you said, the real deal?
Yeah, just talking to her early and just how normal the conversation was, and she was watching our team in here and made comments, and it was really nice because as a coach we were able to just immediately start having a very good conversation about our team and how we're doing things, and she was really impressed with our team and how well they played together, and that was a good start for us. And we've gotten to know each other quite a bit now, and I'm one of her biggest fans, so I know us coaches are rooting for her, and I think she's going to do a tremendous job.
You were referencing earlier the expanding Big Ten footprint. You've got now 4 schools out west. How do you see that impacting Iowa volleyball?
I don't know. At first I thought they were just asking these schools, okay, are you top 10 volleyball? Now you can join, because all these schools are top 10 in volleyball. And, I don't control any of that, so honestly I don't think much about it other than, hey, we can recruit more over there, and it doesn't change our plan. People go, what are you going to do? I'm going to work hard, we're going to recruit, we're going to bring in the right kids, and we're going to work our way up the ladder. This just makes our league that much more dangerous, a super league, and every player that calibers want to play in it, so it just gives us more leverage.
So, as a longtime volleyball coach, were you thinking about travel and oh boy, we're going to Washington once a year, or either Washington or
No, I wasn't thinking of going there except for non-conference games, maybe, within the Big Ten footprint. Understood what that was about. But, we'll adjust, and it's going to be some unbelievable volleyball. The country is like, wow, this league is something else, and we're just going to do everything we can to work our way up through that league and take advantage of it, because these players that maybe we were talking with that were on the borderline of coming to Iowa who didn't, now I think we can really even more so talk them into coming here and be a part of this league that's going to be the best by far in volleyball.
Curious what that pitch is for you going into year 2. You have, I think, 3 transfers, you said 6 freshmen, and a few transfers last year. What's your pitch, especially to those players who are either transferring away or deciding on either Iowa or another Big Ten power or a power in the ACC or the Pac-12?
Yeah, it's become part of it. We didn't have to deal with transfers in the past because, like I said, we treat our players really well. They don't leave, and usually we're not dealing with transfers and the portal's changed everything, and it's helped us build the program quicker. But the bottom line is just what I said, is when we talk with these players, they want to know they're coming to a healthy place and they're going to get a great experience. And we let them know, hey, this is how we treat our players, how we do it. Now go talk to our players. And we let them talk to our players so they tell them that. And that is our pitch. It's how we treat them, how we train, how we do things here. And at Iowa, you're not going to get better fans. I mean, and the girls know that, and they can't wait to watch this place get packed every match, because Iowa fans will do it. They will do it for a winner, and they will do it for a team that plays hard. And that's the 2 things we will do, is we will play hard, and eventually we're going to get winning consistently, and this place is going to be packed. And that will sell a lot of not only tickets, but pitches to recruits, because they want to play in front of big crowds.
And speaking of that, how do you assess as a coach process and growth versus results? Because a lot of coaches will talk about the process is more important than the result on the scoreboard. But how do you balance that when you're facing very good teams, but you don't play to get better, you play to get better and win? So what's the balance there?
That's a good question, because from the second this team and us sat down, that's all we've talked about. We've talked about the process, that doing the work, being focused on playing for each other, that's got to mean more than the result. And if we keep our focus on that process and the right things, the results will start showing up. So every day in practice, we put numbers all around them and say, don't focus on them. Focus on the process. And the more they do it, they start seeing the numbers show up, their stat numbers, the score numbers. So that's daily, what that question you just said is what we do every day in practice. So when games come around, it's second nature. It's not something new. We're going to be, into our process. We'll look up at the end to see if it was good enough, and our team will treat each other really well, win or lose, because we've got to get ready for the next one. And that's how you start building, where you win and you put some wins together.
You've talked about to score a lot of things in practice with the winning points. Who's been some of the players who've done the early leaders with the winning points?
Well, it's so competitive in there, and early every time it is, but for 2 weeks, I haven't seen the girls take a drill off. And I'm very impressed with this group. They have not taken a moment off, and it says a lot about their character and how bad they want it. There's girls merge different days, but Anna's one of them that we're really proud of. She's come back strong. She's going to be playing, and we're super excited about that. Caitlin Butner, it's a transfer, came in the spring. She lit up the spring and got a lot of people's attention, and she was voted team captain yesterday. We're really excited about Caitlin. She's going to do some big things. Delaney is really getting after it. Both our setters are doing a tremendous job, and Bailey and Kaya are really leading this team. So we've had people, Audrey Black's really emerged through there, so that we've had a lot of players emerge and get a lot of winner points in there, and yeah.
You mentioned Gabby Deary earlier. What do you like about her game?
Gabby's been a surprise just for a freshman, how hardworking and serious she is in the gym. She gets in there and works hard, and that's what I'm most proud of. And we put her on the right side to just really provide some depth, and she's competing. She's trying to win a position, and that surprised me too. She's diligent, hardworking, a perfectionist. All those things surprised me to the degree she is. I knew she'd be a good addition, like I said, but she surprised all of us. She's getting after it in there.
Where do you see what areas Gabby needs to improve on?
For Gabby, she's good at everything, but needs to get great at, hitting and blocking. There are two big things on the right side. And that's the thing, is she's got all the tools to get to be great. She really does. And it's going to take work for her to get to our level. But she's impressed us that she is good at everything. She's a well-rounded player, played different positions in club. So the right side for her has been pretty easy to pick up, and so we're pretty proud of her.
Is the captain vote yesterday, that's players only? It's players only?
It is, yeah. Every year we do it at this time after we've had 2 weeks together. They've been with each other all summer. And so the core is what we call it. And so that was Delaney got on it, Anna, and Caitlin. Those were our three that made the core.